Hello to our dear friends. How are you? Looks like I've got 21 minutes on my phone on the clock. I thought me and Micah would come in here and do some Q&A, some question and answer. You guys have asked me a lot of questions, and I thought that maybe instead of answering each one, I would just come on here and look at these questions and answer some of them. There are probably a lot more questions in here that are not pulling up on my computer, but we've got quite a few here we'll go over. Okay, Sammy Goodwin wants to know, can you do a new van tour? And yes, I do want to do a new van tour of the new van to us. It's a 2008 Dodge Caravan, 136,000 miles I think is on it. And I will give you a tour of the whole thing. We had a really good time going to Oklahoma for Thanksgiving in it. Somebody asked, was it easier to go in Micah's power chair? Much easier to go in the power chair because she can drive herself. So we have to like direct her a little bit. Micah turn left, she goes right. She's not used to where we park at church. So she doesn't just go off and go to the left. She gets off and she goes to the right. When we come out of the church, she's used to going out and going forward. Like she's been using her manual chair, but she's used to us pushing her forward to go where we always park at church. And now we are parking in a handicap spot at church, so she needs to go out and turn left, and she goes out and wants to go straight. So she's getting used to where to go with her power chair. But when we traveled, it was so much easier because she could drive herself when we would stop and go somewhere, huh?
Yeah.
Did you really like driving in your power chair?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that cool?
Yeah.
That's your first time ever to take your power chair on a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So that was really cool. A few people have asked me about the easy lock. That's where you just, Micah rolls into the van. There's a piece underneath her power chair, and then there's a little box that's about this tall and about something kind of like this, about this big. The piece that goes underneath the wheelchair is on order. But what happens is, for those of you that don't know, is that Micah will drive into the van and there's the piece on the floor and the piece on the bottom of the wheelchair, and they lock in. So she rolls her chair in, over this box, and it will match up, you know, like sync together like a puzzle. And then she'll turn her chair facing where she's looking out of the van, and then she is completely locked down. And if this works, then we don't have to use the tie downs on the floor. She also has a big giant seat belt that comes around from both sides of the van in the back, and we'll lock her in the front. In her power chair, we haven't been doing that, but we had to travel with her a couple of times while we were gone, from the hotel to where we were going to be on Thursday, from the hotel where we were going to be on Friday. And she was in her manual chair, and she kept kind of fussing, and I kept watching to see if her chair was tipping over in the back. And it didn't look like, sorry, this computer is tipping. I'm sitting in my standard, and my leg is crooked and the computer is sliding off. The chair looked like it was staying stable, but it must have felt like it was tipping, or maybe it was just tipping a little bit and I couldn't tell. Was it tipping, or it felt like it was going to tip? It was actually tipping a little bit. So we couldn't really tell that it was tipping, but we stopped the car and got out that big giant seat belt that would go all the way around her, and then she stopped making racket and noise and trying to indicate something was wrong. Because she wasn't really saying something was wrong. She was just, you know, she just makes these noises. And I just know that something's not right, but it can mean like anything, like literally anything. So she stopped making all that racket for whatever it meant before. So that's the information about the van. Okay, let's see. Somebody asked how long Micah's hair is. Let's see, that was Tana Giberson. I don't know how long Micah's hair is. She's actually lost a lot of hair. We wash it every day. The girls brush it out every day, and that's really hard on hair. So her hair is down past her waist, but maybe that helps. It's past her waist. Oh, that was class of 2014-75 that asked about, is it easier to take the power chair? And also asked me about the Easy Lock. Oh, I get lots of people asking me. Jackie Hopkins asked me. A lot of people ask me, when is Micah's birthday? Micah's birthday is October the 30th, and she was born in 1988. So we got married in October of 87, and she was born in October of 88. So in 2019, which right now is 2019, for just a few more weeks, Micah turned 31. All right, I guess those are the most recent questions. I did want to tell you about this week's schedule, the CNA schedule. The schedule was looking pretty good, where we just had a handful of visits that were open, but it looks like somebody was scheduled that wasn't supposed to be scheduled. We currently have 8 open visits during this next week. So it is going to be a long week. It was a very long time. Thanksgiving Day was probably the longest day ever taking care of Micah. I don't know, there are just different times when it just feels like it is really constant, and really constant was on Thanksgiving Day. So to be really constant is to, so first, get Micah's apron on, put the tray onto her manual chair because that's what she was using. So you get the apron on, clip it on, and get the little purple mat you guys have seen in other videos. That keeps the apron from getting quite as wet, and it keeps the food right there on the mat, and then I can just throw it in the trash and wipe it off. And then I took her little plate with us that has the little lip on it, so that when she scoops, it helps the food stay on her spoon instead of scooping out the bowl and onto the tray. So I would go get her some food, and then go get her a drink, and then, make sure that as the food, makes a mess on the apron and all around the bowl, that I'm putting it back in the bowl from the apron, from the tray, getting her more drink, getting her more food, then getting her dessert, taking her to the bathroom. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but when I was in the middle of it on Thanksgiving, it just felt like a really, truly never-ending day. And this girl ate like an absolute horse. So we had breakfast at the hotel. Really good breakfast at the Best Western we stayed at. We've been staying there every year for, I think this is our 4th year in a row to go to Oklahoma. So William would always take Micah down first, or he would go down, come back, get Micah, take her down, and then I would get ready to go, and then I would go down. Then Aunt Sarah, Aunt June, and my mom, Mimi Darlene, would come to the hotel and eat with us. So she really likes oatmeal, So one of the days she turned down eating other things to eat oatmeal, but one day she ate biscuits, gravy. What else she had? She had a muffin. The day she ate oatmeal, she had oatmeal, toast, a muffin, juice, milk, orange juice. Juice, milk, and apple juice was on one day. So I mean, no, see, juice, milk, and coffee. So one day was juice, one day was apple juice, one day was orange juice, and then the coffee and the milk. And I mean, just eating lots of food. And at home, all she eats is a bowl of oatmeal. She drinks water. She drinks coffee. And then that's it. She's out the door. But man, she was just eating. And on Thanksgiving Day, she packed away food. On Friday, she ate a huge breakfast. She ate lunch. She ate an afternoon snack that was equivalent to a meal. And then she ate an actual dinner about 6:30 or so, something like that. She ate 4 times and ate like sizable amounts of food on Friday. It was crazy. And she drank and drank and drank. It was all water on Friday, so no soda, no No, once she passed breakfast, it was just water, 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 and she drank a lot. So she was well hydrated for definite on Friday. Thursday she drank good, but on Thursday she was drinking soda all day because that's what we were all drinking, and so she drank the same thing. Did you have a good time eating all that food? Like, I couldn't believe that she was eating all that food. I mean, she was having herself a good time, weren't you? Did you have a good time on that trip?
Yeah.
Oh, and then I'm gonna post a picture on Instagram. I haven't posted it yet, but yesterday when we were coming home on Saturday, Micah's chair will tilt and it reclines. So tilting just means that, you know, it sits up and then it just goes back like that. But reclining means that the seat goes out, but the feet kind of stretches out. So I laid it back for her and I stuck my pillow back behind her head, and after a while she went to sleep, and that was pretty cute. That was really cool. It was cute, but it was cool because she was comfortable in her chair enough that she could actually go to sleep, and that was her power chair. So that was pretty cool, huh? That was fun. Is that fun? Yeah? So did you have fun seeing Aunt June?
Yeah.
And Aunt Sarah?
Yeah.
And Mimi Darlene?
Yeah.
And Cousin Sherry?
Yeah.
And Cousin Jerry?
Yeah.
Now, Sherry is my cousin and Jerry is her husband. And then you got to see Aaron. I made a video and talked about everybody we saw, and I left out Aaron. Aaron, I'm really sorry that I left your name out. And then you got to see Cody.
Yeah.
And his fiancee, Catherine.
Yeah.
And Cade.
Yeah.
So Cody, Cade, and Aaron are the kids. So they would be my second cousins, her third cousins. That was pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see, who else? Whoops. Oh, almost lost the computer. Who else did we see? And then we saw Jerry's family. Jerry's mom and dad, brother, wife, kids, fiance. They were all there on Thanksgiving Day. And then on Friday, we went to Aunt June's, and then it was just our side of the family. So no Jerry's family, just our side of the family was together. And as we were videoing, a text message from Aunt June came in wanting to know if her buddy Micah was doing okay. So I'll go back and answer just a second and finish reading the text.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aunt June's pretty cool, huh? She kept saying if Micah needed anything, we'd go shopping on Friday, and I kept telling her, Aunt June, we are not going shopping on Friday because it is too crowded. Yeah, no shopping on Friday in this family. No, we didn't need any shopping. No. But it's cool to hang out with her, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you had a good time. Yeah. I mean, this girl was eating. I mean, she just ate and ate and ate. Didn't you? You old funny girl. All right, well, I think that's all of it. I got my questions in, your questions in, my answers in. Send me some more questions. We'll do some more. Now that I'm making more videos, I'll get better at doing more Q&As. I used to do more, so I'll start doing more of those again. And you guys have yourself a wonderful day, and we will talk with you soon. I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help, for my help cometh from the Lord who made the heaven and the earth, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya.